Have you gone somewhere where you know you shouldn't have been? Well, in this video, people are getting more and more into dark tourism, extreme tourism, whatever you want to call it. In this video, you're going to see people sneaking into Chernobyl's reactor. Unauthorized access to the most dangerous zone in probably the world because of all the radioactive activity after Chernobyl burned down, or well, when the reactor core exploded. These guys are pretty crazy. I don't know if I could do it, but I'd like to try. This video is brought to you by Abandoned Explorer.
We've made it to the water tower now. We're not supposed to be here, so we've got to whisper. But
Don't
our
want to
tour
get caught.
guide has taken us here and says be very, very quiet.
What the hell was that?
Oh, oh, okay. Woo.
That would scare the hell out of me. What is that, like security coming up? If he's security and he doesn't have, well, I don't know if he has a Geiger counter or any protective, but let's take a look.
When you scream, here, sounds stays here.
It doesn't, yeah.
So I'm guessing he's their tour guide.
So we are allowed in here, really, then? You was just having us on, was you? Is she playing games?
So it was April 26, 1986, a power surge during a routine test at the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant in Ukraine caused a steam and hydrogen explosion.
Right, that was absolutely incredible, that was. That sounded like a fighter jet going over. Right, so guys, if you just heard that, that was... Well, you're going to hear that. If you didn't hear that, then you've got something wrong with your hearing.
That was
That was
loud as
incredible.
hell.
So Igor just literally threw a rock and the whole place... Honestly, it was like a fighter jet going over.
I must have missed
Right,
when
here
he
we
threw
go,
the
guys.
rock. Jeez, that's crazy.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it.
He was telling them to be quiet. We're sneaking in, guys. And then he throws a huge rock, which made an explosion sound.
About this one?
Imagine shooting a gun in there.
That's weird. Even just walking around, whispering to you guys as well. You can still hear the sound echoing off the side of this water tower.
Judging from the graffiti, it looks like there's been a lot of people who have gone there, so maybe it's not as bad as it used to be with the radiation levels.
Yeah, reactor 5 and 6 was never actually put into operation, so this water tower was actually never used.
That explains it.
Which is a shame. You just think how long it took to build this. It must have took, I don't know, a bloody long time. Guys, this is absolutely fascinating. Right guys, so interesting on the ground in this cooling tower is the remains of the Chernobyl giant that used to live here. And his remains are just left there on the ground now for you guys to come and see. No, I'm joking. I don't know what kind of animal that would have been though. Whatever it was, had really thick bones.
Does anybody know what that is? I'll hold it here for a second so you can look at it.
Yeah, just a really weird place to see a load of bones. Guys, I almost forgot to show you this artwork. Wow. I'm absolutely speechless. I can't believe I missed that when I walked in.
It took a lot
That
of work.
is incredible. So, guys, a little bit more information about this artwork. It was actually an Australian artist that come here and illegally put this up. So, guys, this is the actual image that the Australian artist used to, yeah, spray paint that image onto the wall.
That's really good.
You see a red suit.
Okay. Right, guys. We're doing something quite incredible, actually. We are getting very close to reactor number 5. And not a lot of people, again, like I said, we're doing stuff that not a lot of people have done before. Have done. I don't think we are actually allowed to be this close, but we're doing it anyway. We're doing it anyway, but there it is. Just over those trees is reactor number 5, the reactor that never got finished. As you can see, the cranes are still there. We've got to sneak our way in, and hopefully we can get into reactor number 5. How incredible would that be? But yeah, guys, as you can see around us, there are cranes that was used to build this reactor. Now, that red metal that you can see that has gone rusty on the outside was supposed to be an esophagus that was quickly built to stop radiation getting inside reactor number 5. Turbine hall for number 6. But yeah, just look at that crane. Just completely collapsed.
Look at all that abandoned stuff.
Check this out. We're on top of reactor number 5. There's only a dog up here. Hello, mate. Hello.
I'm pretty sure there's homeless people who probably live there around there and know they won't be bothered.
How did you get up there? Probably the same way we did, but you don't expect to see a dog up there.
Dude.
That's incredible. I would not expect to be on top of reactor number 5 and see a dog up here. You come to explore reactor number 5 as well, have you?
All right, now let's go to some footage of the abandoned city. This next clip is brought to you by Yes Theory, and it's titled 50 Hours in Chernobyl. 3 and 4 blocks. It's so crazy.
I've just spent the past 50 hours inside the most radioactive place on the planet.
5.4. Whoa.
Using the
That's
Geiger
high,
counter.
huh? This is 10 times higher than normal. And it will remain like so bad for thousands of years.
Home to the largest nuclear disaster in human history, and one that could have made a large portion of Europe completely uninhabitable, the exclusion zone of Chernobyl.
Yeah, imagine if all the reactors had gone off and all of them were working.
I stayed inside the only hotel within the zone and got to meet one of the liquidators of Chernobyl.
So you called in after the accident happened?
Yeah, sure. Chernobyl really made me a different personality.
As well as one of the last remaining resettlers who decided to illegally move back into her home within Chernobyl only a year after the disaster.
How did she make the
Can't believe she still lives there.
Motherland.
We
I can't
have
pronounce it.
officially arrived at the Pripyat ghost town, which is the main city that was completely evacuated.
I don't remember exactly what it's gonna be like. 9.
Way
So
too
they
high.
pushed the town 3 times.
Did you eat that snow?
After evacuation, yeah, they removed some 10-15 centimeters of topsoil throughout the whole town, but still there are some places where it
Just a dog chilling on the ground.
Permanently uninhabitable, basically. Forever.
and in the next like 40 or 50 years, all these buildings, they will just fall apart and
They're gonna
it's
fall
gone.
apart.
Yeah, eventually, yes. So this one,
That's sad to think that all those buildings one day will crumble and there won't even be, you know, any way to go back there and fix it up because the land's just so tainted, saturated with radiation.
moment we're looking at the local hospital of Pripyat, where they brought first victims of the Chernobyl disaster at the night of the accident, like firefighters, employees of the control room, and later on, 28 of them, the state of whose was the worst, like they were taken from here to Moscow, to that specialized clinic, where they pretty much died within like the first 2 weeks because of the extremely high doses of radiation that they obtained. Very scary.
It doesn't look like they have a shortage of tour guides going into Chernobyl taking people, so it's probably gotten safer in the last 20 years or so.
And sad place, to be honest.
So I'm guessing there's one of the places also most contaminated, right? Because of
Yeah,
all
at the basement of the
equipment.
hospital, there are still all those like firefighters' uniforms, gloves, helmets, which are like extremely contaminated.
It's just so quiet that you
I wonder if anyone's tried to take any of that stuff home.
hear like little squeaks of the window blowing in the wind, and like even that sounded like a little crack. It's freaky as fuck.
So crazy.
It's a very, very eerie, strange feeling. It's quiet to the point where you start to like hear your own brain. And
I bet you're walking through there. You know what happened there. You know how many people perished. And you're just thinking, oh, it's so quiet. Man, you get stuck in your own head real quick.
weird way, it's just so dead silent. "50,000 people used to live in the city. Average age was 26 years old. So sad."
You got your whole life ahead of you. You probably have a job working at the reactor or on the fire department, and then all this happens. Very sad. I wonder what this town would be like today if this tragedy wouldn't have happened at all.
A lot of these buildings are completely starting to fall apart. This is a school. A few years ago, it literally just crumbled. You see?
So all the books, they're just like left here.
I think what makes Chernobyl also so interesting is that it's kind of like a time capsule for the Soviet Union. All of this stuff is just left here. You're able to come see these propaganda posters and the way that the schools looked and the architecture of the murals and all of that stuff, and it really does make it feel like a living museum at this point.
All right, guys, let me know what you want to see next. More extreme tourism, more haunted videos, military, whatever. Police, law enforcement, it doesn't matter. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.